This plane.
Tonight we're doing the third of our Batman movie episodes covering Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. We previously did Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. We now finish with The Dark Knight Rises, starring Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman, and Cillian Murphy, and adding Tom Hardy as Bane, Marion Cotillard, Matthew Modine, Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I am using the truth, Master Wayne. Maybe it's time we all stop trying to outsmart the truth and let it have its day.
Following The Dark Knight, where the DA Harvey Dent was pushed off a roof as he attempted to kill Commissioner Gordon's son, Batman took the blame for all of that, as it was decided that Harvey Dent would be preserved as a symbol in order to keep his giant dragnet Gotham Mafia arrest of 500 Mafia figures as a fait accompli.
And it will be a very long time before someone inspires us the way he did.
Bruce Wayne has taken a step back from being Batman, as Gotham City is now quiet and Batman is no longer welcome. And Bruce Wayne is still mourning Rachel. However, little does anyone know, in the subterranean world under Gotham City, the terrorist Bane waits to finish the destruction promised by Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins. Unlike the villains like the Joker or the Scarecrow, Bane was a pretty recent addition to the supervillains of Batman, debuting in 1993 in Batman: The Vengeance of Bane, especially the Nightfall storyline, where Bane uses enormous physical strength to break Batman's back and cripple him. Nightfall, The Dark Knight Returns, and No Man's Land were all comic storylines adapted to make The Dark Knight Rises.
Now we come here not as conquerors, but as liberators to return control of this city to the people.
In The Dark Knight Rises, he wants to use the help of a physicist that Bane kidnapped and a fusion reactor core that Wayne Enterprises has developed to build a super weapon that will destroy Gotham City. Bane also uses his new populist rhetorical style to justify releasing all the Mafia figures and villains from the Arkham Asylum and emptying the prisons. Using the truth of the revelations he's learned about the corruption of the city, especially about Harvey Dent, to gain the people's trust. The political valence of The Dark Knight Rises was raised even further because of the way the stadium speech Bane gives in the movie would look a whole lot like the rallies that both Bernie and Trump would hold 4 years later.
Return to your homes. Hold your families close. And wait. Tomorrow you claim what is rightfully yours.
This film was especially controversial because it was filmed at the same time as Occupy Wall Street was happening, including filming near the actuals at Coty Park, where the Occupy protesters were camped out. And Bane's demagoguery and cynical populist messaging led to accusations denied repeatedly by Christopher Nolan that he wrote parts of Bane's storyline as a reaction to Occupy Wall Street.
It's a stock exchange. There's no money you can steal.
Really? And why are you people here?
Christopher Nolan almost didn't return for a third film, as Heath Ledger's death had affected everything, including cutting ideas for subplots in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, where Joker either might have survived or empowered Gamble to take over Gotham City. Christopher Nolan made Inception between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, but eventually agreed to make the film after his brother and David Goyer helped write a suitable storyline. It gave Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne a chance to be sent off and all the storylines from the first two films to be wrapped up. It was the second major blockbuster Christopher Nolan made using IMAX cameras, specifically using IMAX cameras for the first 8 minutes of the film.
No! They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
The Dark Knight was made for $300 million and brought in $1.08 billion at the box office, becoming the 7th highest grossing film of all time at the time it was released. And as of The Odyssey, it was Nolan's 2nd highest grossing film.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Before I introduce the panel, please like this video and subscribe to the Movie Night Extravaganza YouTube channel. Then hit that bell to get notified whenever we're streaming. Super chats are now open. If you have any pressing questions, send us a super chat, which helps me maintain the expenses for the show, which I am obligated by the rules of the Geneva Convention to stop everything and ask the panel. Another way to help us out is to become a patron and give us money every month. In exchange, you get access to all of our after parties, bonus content, and we'll tell you even more movies we watched recently. Patreon.com/Movie Night Extra. We have a Movie Night Extravaganza Discord. There's an invite link in the episode description, and we have a Letterboxd HQ account. So those are 2 more places to follow along with us. Our show gets simulcast, or if we're not on at regular time, played later on This Space. This Space is a working class independent media collective. YouTube.com/ThisSpaceTV. Subscribing really helps out, or even more, sharing content from This Space and encouraging others to do the same. By working together, we can break through the algorithm. Okay, let me introduce the illustrious panel. Conan Neutron is the co-host and senior producer for Movie Night Extravaganza, host of Protonic Reversal, an independent Film Critics of America film critic, and the frontman for the band Conan Neutron and the Secret Friends. Check out his music at neutronfriends.bandcamp.com. Kristina Oakes is a co-host of Movie Night Extravaganza, a streamer on Twitch, twitch.tv/cosmopolitics, a host at This Space, hosting Christina's Corner, and is across social media at Cosmopolitics and on Letterboxd at Christina. Forrest and Kristina have a second show, The Absurdity Space, live on This Space on Wednesdays at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Jeffrey Barrios is the host of Good Morning Comrade, which is available everywhere podcasts are listed, and the host on This Space, and also on WHIV 102.3 in New Orleans, and is a union organizer. I, of course, am your host and the successor to Ra's al Ghul, Forrest Miller.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally, but you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light till I was already a man, and by then it was nothing to me but blinding.
The first of many, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's coming.
Jeff, welcome.
Hey, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Yeah, it's been, we've been talking about it for quite a while.
Like years.
Yeah.
Yep. Years.
I remember I came on Good Morning Comrade, and I was like, oh yeah, like you and Robert have to come on and we'll hang out, and then I don't know, it just everything gets lost in the booking because we end up booking the like episodes like months in advance. It's like,
yeah.
So we're closing out the Nolan Batmans with this one, and then we're also closing out this season ender, everybody.
Yep.
And taking a little vacation to out of Gotham City. They're gonna blow up the bridges and the tunnels. Yeah. I love that. I love that they call them. They still call them Gotham Bridge and Tunnel people.
Oh yeah, they
if you commute to Gotham.
Also, for those who are like, Conan, what's going on? Bad weather, right, Conan?
I would say so. I mean, it got a take cover notice saying there's a tornado. So I mean, and Bane just knocked my power out. So yeah.
You think the darkness is your ally?
Apparently it is. I'll find out.
I like that.
Well, there we go.
I like that. When you said bad weather, it sounded like you said bat weather. It's bad weather out there, brother. Watch out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of crazy because it's like, you know, because we talked a lot about like the Obama moment in 2008 when we talked about the Dark Knight, because it's like, you know, later that year Obama would be elected, and it's this great moment of like the apotheosis, I guess, of hope and change and that thing, and the cynical kind of reading of the Dark Knight in that moment. And then 2012, the re-election of Obama year, you know,
first time voting.
Yep.
That's
oh really? That was your first time voting?
Yep.
It was actually mine too.
I have my Barack the vote shirt that Jason Miles didn't believe I had, so I had to show it to him and prove him.
Just speaking of like old election shirts, I've I collect like old Union like shirts. Like I just have a bunch of them just because. I have my two prized possessions. I have a long sleeve SEIU for Hillary shirt, and I also have a Teamsters for Kamala Harris T-shirt as well.
Well, I have a Bernie Sanders like photoshopped in Che Guevara.
That's pretty dope.
And everyone's like, "Oh, well," and I'm like, "What? It's a cool shirt. Leave me alone." Got from Spencer's of all places, of course.
We are starting a political revolution.
So I guess like on that point of it being around the Occupy Wall Street movie, that movie came out way too early for it to actually be connected to Occupy, right?
No,
Occupy was 2011.
Occupy was happening in Zagoti Park, like in the city. I'm saying it with a little Italian. Zagoti Park, but no, it was happening. They were occupying Wall Street, as it were, and they actually filmed it next to where the encampments were. They were actually going to try to. It's good they didn't do this in the end, but they were going to try to use the backdrop of the protesters. It didn't.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I also remember. I think it was Rush Limbaugh because Rush Limbaugh was still alive at the time.
Yep.
He tried to make a big thing about like, oh, his name is Bane, and Mitt Romney, who was running for president in 2012. Yeah, trying to connect it to Bane Capital, like the lib Christopher Nolan was trying to like tank the Republicans' 2012 campaign.
Well,
because Bane is the most Mitt Romney of the
Well, yeah, I mean, like Bane definitely has an elevator for his car at his house, right?
So a couple things. First of all, as I think we went over pretty much at length for The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's politics are pretty inscrutable. Like he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't care. It's just it's not his strong suit. I think he knows it, but you end up with some real, like, there's some real kind of inadvertent propaganda here. But a lot of times it's like, for most filmmakers, like, oh, you know what you're doing. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I just think you'd be thinking, oh, a collapsing football field would look cool, and then I can trap the cops underneath, and so on and so on. He's thinking about it in filmatic terms.
Well, but I think that's the same
and
thing.
I'm not even close to done with that point, by the way. But like, I think it's also notable because we've mentioned, Occupy, which of course did extend over into Oakland. I was involved with as well. That it's pretty hard not to be political when you have the bad guys basically be like manifestations of that, right? And so he and both this and Dark Knight got a lot of heat because of that. But I think if this one, the fact that it's kind of a disappointment compared to The Dark Knight, I think kind of worked to his credit. Because people most focused on like how absolutely befuddling Tom Hardy was.
Yes.
And the fact that, I don't know if you guys remember this, because I saw this movie in the theater, and I was actually on a date when I saw it. And it was, they originally did a preview for this that was like just like the beginning, the first scene with the airplane. And they didn't have the ADR for Tom Hardy. So everything was talking more so than it actually is. Because the thing now, and I think they kind of distracted me almost with this rewatch, was that you have everything else kind of with background noise. It's very much it's diegetic. Things are happening and in the background. And then you have Tom Hardy just sound like he's in a soundstage doing the Bane voice, which is
his voice cut almost through everything.
Yeah,
it's almost worse.
Yeah, well, Conan, continue.
Oh yeah. So what I was getting at is that like there was a lot of stuff surrounding it, and it was all completely overshadowed by the fact that some maniac shot up a theater dressed up as the Joker. And that's the week that I saw.
I mixed that up last time and was in my head.
It makes more sense. It makes more sense with the other movie. The Joker's at least in that one, right?
Yeah. And also too, like, Forrest, you mentioned in the intro that Inception happened, and I think that's how Tom Hardy did get Bane, and also this was right before Peaky Blinders happened. So Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy have a history of working together, so they have that dynamic or whatever. But it's crazy because now when we think of Bane's voice, we think of Tom Hardy's Bane, because when you watch the Harley Quinn show, the guy who's known for impersonating Bernie Sanders does the Tom Hardy Bane voice. There's no other way to voice Bane.
That is now Bane's voice, basically.
Yes.
And to great effect.
The tension was palpable.
You know?
And like they lean into it pretty hard and for great comedic purposes.
Yes.
But it's like that's the voice. That's now Bane's voice. And I think part of that, and one of the reasons why Nolan, there's two reasons why
like
Nolan,
Mark Hamill's Joker, almost, you know.
Sure. There's two reasons why Nolan picked Bane. First of all, no one had depicted Bane in movies. Bane is a relatively newer character, but he was known as like, this is but in a live action film, I should say.
Yeah.
Sorry, but the thing with Bane was that he was the one that broke Batman. That was the big event. Yeah. Oh my God, Batman is out of commission because he's had his back broken. Something to dispense with us in the movie in like 10 minutes on film time, by the way. But
Oops.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah. No, they actually did. I actually didn't. I wasn't expecting them to actually like.
So all of that like fits into sort of the miasma for how this movie was received, which is to say that it wasn't really seen as like, oh, this movie is so terrible or anything, because there was this like real life controversy, the the theater shooting stuff with the guy dressed up as a Joker who wasn't even in this picture. But the Bane thing is like, well, we have Bane because Bane had never been shown in a movie, and that was like, oh, that's interesting, and also this is the character that came as close to killing Batman as you can get.
And there's like, I remember just how huge that theater shooting was. It was the moment that like school shootings had obviously been happening. Like I think there was like 55 or something that happened that Obama had to come out. Like they had entire supercuts, obviously, of Obama coming out every time more and more students and having to like clearly being like
here we go again.
Which is it's crazy to think about now, because like I mean every time like Trump
it's just Tuesday.
School shootings don't even register anymore.
Yeah. But
we got so desensitized.
You saw like Obama clearly just so emotionally impacted by it, and then it felt like this phenomenon was like starting to spill out into like the world, and now obviously it does all the time. But in like 2012, it was one of those things. It's like, oh shit, maybe now like you can go somewhere and
Sandy Hook happened in 2012 as well.
Yeah.
Well, and they're definitely talking about, can we even have movies anymore? Or is it safe to like go to the movies? By the way, and this was the atmosphere for me having this. I think it was a first date actually, which it went fine, but it was just hilarious that like all that. I still thought it was a good idea. I still wanted to see the movie.
Yeah. No,
wow.
We can't make out. The stadium is exploding.
Right.
In the Arkham games, he does have a Latin accent, and I think the character was in the animated series. Imagine El Bane. He's like
El Bane.
I will say though, I don't mean to correct you, Conan, but if you remember the Mr. Freeze, Pamela, and Poison Ivy Batman, they did have a Bane in that one, but it was like a cartoon. He didn't talk. It was like a cartoon character, and he was like basically like a goon, and it was just like completely out of line of what.
Yeah, it wasn't even anything to do with the character. It was just, He
just looked like Bane.
And I guess what I was getting at with that is that whatever at this time that we have that's even remotely close to a monoculture, there was no idea who Bane. If you knew who Bane was, that means you read comic books, huh?
Yeah,
which is fine. I did, but I'm just it just was the idea of him being like the heavy in a tentpole movie, like a huge movie.
Right.
Because The Dark Knight was huge. The Dark Knight was like it was not an undiscovered gem. It was big at the time and continued to be big.
But it's like the thing that they ran into by the time it hit Spider-Man 3, which but it's like
I'll defend Spider-Man 3.
Wait.
They have Doc Ock, and they had Green Goblin, and it's like, oh, where do we go from here? They just started bringing in
Venom, cool, right?
But they started bringing in like other supervillains, and I feel like they hit that kind of thing where it's like, I don't know, because they had Scarecrow, and of course they weren't going to bring back Penguin, because it's like I don't think they could do it that quickly after the Tim Burton one, and Danny DeVito I think Danny DeVito kind of permanently owned that character for the next
but in the same way that Jack Nicholson did with the Joker. So it'd be you'd be expecting lightning to strike twice. And also, as we mentioned in Batman Begins, Scarecrow was like one of the reasons he picked Scarecrow was that it was like, no, that's a character that we just haven't seen like in any real depiction other than
he's like, I want Cillian Murphy in this movie, and I'm going to cast him as Scarecrow.
Sure, yeah. And he wants him in this movie and the other one too.
And Ra's al Ghul too. Like Ra's al Ghul was not a well-known Batman villain. Like in fact, if you look at like all of these series, all of the movies, yes, he was. Well, yeah, but if you watch like all of the movies, the only like blockbuster villain out of any of them were the Joker and like Catwoman. Which by the way, like people forget that Anne Hathaway, and this was like she's in this movie. I think she's great in this movie. And she's also like, she's and like, I remember in the
especially
very first
after Halle
scene,
Berry movie, like people were like, "Do we want to bring Catwoman?" And
people hated that.
Too, is that now?
Also, Michelle Pfeiffer was a good Catwoman.
Yes,
and Michelle Pfeiffer is great. Yeah.
When we think of what Catwoman looks like, we think of Halle Berry because most Catwoman animations are now like a woman of color with short hair. I'm like, that's like in the Harley Quinn show. I'm like, that's Halle Berry's Catwoman.
And Halle Berry looked amazing as Catwoman, by the way.
Like, I will defend that, by the way.
Oh yeah. But I will say this as well, really quickly, Conan. On the very first scene where Anne Hathaway like just stole the pearls from the vault, and like she's just acting all innocent. And then like Bruce Wayne catches her, and then she instantly just turns into Catwoman, and it's just like okay, she just like it clicked like automatically, and she did that throughout the movie. Like she would switch from she would switch from innocent to like killer in a second. It was awesome.
Did you guys?
The character's great and it's well acted. Let me speak to that. So the one thing I will say as an addendum, Riddler is in the second tier, and it's interesting that that's what Matt Reeves did in his movie, which as you all know, I have strong thoughts on. But but like it's in the similar vein of like, well, because remember we talked about Batman Begins, you know, that this whole franchise was toasted. Like it was like there was nobody was taking Batman seriously anymore. So the idea of like, okay, with Batman Begins, we got Ra's al Ghul and we got Scarecrow, and like we're making it scary. It's dark and gritty. Dark and gritty was a new thing.
Yes.
that had not been done, which is hilarious to think about now. And then we have the Dark Knight where it goes even like crazier, but like with blockbuster level production. And but then like you also have Batman almost like making a cameo in his own movie because it's really the Joker's movie. And so you have this, which honestly I think is a better Batman movie than the Dark Knight, but is not a better movie than the Dark Knight.
I don't know if I agree. Simply because like the movie, like I feel like Batman Begins is like does feel like a Batman movie. I feel like The Dark Knight is an awesome blockbuster movie that does kind of feel like a Batman movie. I feel like at this point it gets kind of like disconnected. And like I don't know, maybe I confused plot lines between them before we did this rewatch. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that was in the other movie. Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah.
Like I was absolutely convinced Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in The Dark Knight. I was like, oh no, he's totally not in that. Whoops.
Can we talk about Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this movie? Because that's one of the things that I actually want to make
him be Robin because they think Robin sounds corny. I'm
like, but why not call him Dick Grayson? That's the character's name.
Nightwing or something. Like do anything, but like ride Conan. Like speak on that.
It was very chicken shit.
Yeah, it's like it's such a like I don't really read comic books move of just like, oh yeah. What do they call you? They call me Robin. Okay.
Yeah, right. It was stupid. It was very stupid. I actually didn't like the Blake character very much at all. Like the fact that he could like, oh yeah, you're Batman. I could just tell, you know, like that kind of shit was like really stupid. I don't know. Like there was something about the Blake character that just didn't jive with me. Maybe I'm just thinking of like Joseph Gordon-Levitt himself and the fact that he's like wrapped up in like all this weird Peter Thiel stuff. Like he's in his like secret, you know, Skull and Bones clubs or whatever. But like now I'll just like think back on Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that whole era where he was the guy. And I'm just like, that was super cringe.
Yeah.
Robin is short for Dick. Yeah. Robin is for short Dick.
Well, it's just, again, it's just so crazy because like there's so many different, you know, Dick Grayson. He was Nightwing. You know, like there's a whole. There's like it's not just Robin. And I know it's very corny to be like Batman and Robin, but like I don't know. I this is why I see like out of the three, it's the weaker of the films.
Absolutely.
To me, it's Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then Rises for me.
Yeah. It's definitely like the weaker of the three, the weakest of the three films, and I think a lot of stuff is just kind of thrown in there. You could tell that like Christopher Nolan also just didn't like. He was
getting tired of Warner because there's also Conan could address this maybe, or I could, but like part of the reason why he went to Universal was because Warner Brothers was kind of screwing him over after I think it was Tenet didn't do well because of COVID, and I'm like, okay, Tenet didn't do well. It probably did well on HBO Max because that's what they were doing at the time during COVID. But then Universal was offering a good deal for Oppenheimer, and then he took it. So it's like, he kind of felt like at the point, like another Batman movie, Warner Brothers kind of seems like they're screwing me over. I'll do another film or two for them and see what happens. And of course, we know what happened. Barbenheimer happened. Warner Brothers had Barbie. Universal had Oppenheimer. Imagine if both movies were Warner Brothers, though.
Yeah.
Don't swear to me.
Swear to me.
It's just, I think it's that, but it's also just, I don't think he wanted to. Christopher Nolan did not want to come back for a third. I think part of the burnout was also Heath Ledger dying, and he had all these ideas.
He probably had ideas to have the Joker in this.
He 100% did.
Yeah.
And you don't see at the end of the Dark Knight, like they had to recut it. You don't actually see Joker gets. I mean, Joker gets got at the end, but it's like they didn't do it in a way that it was like, oh, there's no coming. Like the Joker can never come back from this. They did it kind of open-endedly because he had ideas for what he wanted to do with the Joker. Like it was just gonna be everybody gets out of Arkham, and they're all kind of running out and running amok. But Heath Ledger died, and I think it really burned out a lot of the ideas that Christopher Nolan had in his head, and he wanted to pass this off to a different director, which wouldn't necessarily have been bad. I don't think. He did 2 of the movies. Like there's plenty of franchises where it's the first 2 are directed by one director, and the second one's directed by the third one's directed by. I don't think but Warner Brothers wanted to bring him back for a third one, and finally he had this as an idea. But I don't know. You can tell that the idea is kind of more half baked than something like The Dark Knight is.
Well, you can tell that there are holes in the movie. There you can tell that there were big parts that were supposed to fit the Joker in there that were just missing. Like they just kind of slapped. I mean, I thought that Hardy did amazing as Bane, given the circumstances. I thought that he looked incredible. He really had put on a lot of weight for that movie. Yeah, and he looked like
he doesn't get enough credit for transforming into his roles too. I feel like he really does bulk up, and there are times where, but he also likes being nice and muscular. He kind of looked like a little wimpy white rapper in some of those earlier photo shoots he did, but he's all tatted up now, and watching him in Peaky Blinders, I'm like, oh, okay.
Also, when he was, sorry,
I was like, when he was, Alfie in Peaky Blinders, I'm like, oh, he's still looking good.
And the way that he fought in that movie was very feral, very brutal. Like the way that he beat Batman's fucking ass, or the way that he would just sort of the one scene right after they're still in the stadium, he gives the speech and he's just like, oh, and introduce yourself, and it's the physicist, and he's like, I'm a physicist, I'm the only person that can stop this bomb. Okay, and then he just rips his head off, breaks his neck. It was very he was a very brutal character. And I thought it came across really well. I like that. I like that shit.
The darkness,
oh my gosh! It's Are You Afraid of the Dark in there?
There's I think it's interesting that Tom Hardy's doing out Christian Bale.
Yeah, when it comes to transformation,
he's so big and massive and jacked.
Yeah, huge.
It's and that's just, I feel like that's Christian Bale's thing. Either just putting on a bunch of weight or losing a bunch of weight. He totally transforms his body for this role, which maybe it doesn't register as much as it could because his face is covered. Except for that one scene where he's in the prison, and you're like, oh shit, it really is Tom Hardy.
There was also a scene, I think it was in the sewers, and you could see his back, and they had weird veins going up his spine or something like that. It looked kind of crazy and made him look super weird. But I don't know. I loved Bane in this character. I loved Hardy's performance. He looked like a fucking animal, and he beat Batman to absolute pieces. It was great.
It's the correct thing for the character.
Yeah,
and it's the correct thing to establish the believability of what he does too. This is a guy there's no beating this guy up. This guy is going to win any physical altercation.
Yeah,
and then that's even before you get the establishment of like his backstory and whatnot. But it's the only thing that makes sense, because if you think from a story perspective, like with Joker and the whole thing of like, you know, some men just want to watch the world burn, you know, like that thing. Okay, so that's that end of it. So this is the other side of it. It's like, well, what if he had an ethos, but like just was like physically impossible to overcome, like something that like really he hadn't run into before. And it's fascinating how it's deployed, because I think, you know, we get a lot of like, you know, it seems like a really rough job to be a henchman for, frankly. They seem like they doesn't end very well.
Well, you're going to die right now. I want you to actually stay on this plane and crash and die.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of turnover in that position.
Suicide.
It's also like in the three movies, right? Like the physicality of it is incredibly different, because the Batman's harnessing technology throughout these three movies more than anything. Like, I mean, he can fight, obviously, like, and we see him train and learn how to fight. He's pretty good at fighting, but the real thing that Batman's good at is like being a really rich guy with a tech company. And you get somebody like Bane who has he has nothing except that massive physicality. Like, that's the only real weapon he has. That is, I mean, it's a real weapon. Like, it's, you know, I'm not downplaying it by saying that, but like the physicality of it. I mean, the other two villains, it's like you know, like Scarecrow uses his gas. Like, there's no there's no Cillian Murphy. Like, Cillian Murphy's not like an overwhelmingly large individual, right? Like,
no, he's like 5'9". He's short.
He overwhelms people with his gas. And then the Joker, obviously, the whole thing is that he
that's why he had the bulk up for Peaky Blinders, because they're like, really, you don't seem like the type.
But the whole thing with the Joker is he's harnessing this chaos that nobody else can really harness. So it's like, where do these abilities kind of go from there? It's like the massive physicality, I think, works for Bane really well for that reason. It's just it's different.
Right. Well, I have to interrupt for a minute just to say that I disagree that one of his defining characteristics is he's a rich guy. He's a driven guy.
Yeah.
Now, and one of the things I think that does okay in this series is shows that he's still Batman even when like he's broke. Right. Now, granted, he still has like all the stuff, but the thing is, he's very driven and he's very clever. But I do like that he's not inventing this stuff, because that is, like we talked about before, that's like Mary Sue behavior. It's like, all right, you invent stuff too, and you're handsome and you're rich, right?
Yeah. I was being glib. I was being glib when I said it.
Yeah, you needed Lucius Fox for all of these movies. You needed Morgan Freeman.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, it said he owns a tech company, right? Like, he has this access to technology that nobody else has, and so he's definitely driven. He knows how to fight, but he has access to this to like insane tech that's like, you know, we don't have in our world. Well, maybe ICE agents are gonna get some of it soon, but
those electrocuting gloves. Cops are gonna use those too.
Well, but it also gives the thing, every movie he gets to have a new car and a new suit and a new, you know, because of that. It's like Lucius Fox like. It's like
although the Bat Cycle is really just the part of the car that didn't get destroyed last time, which I actually really appreciate and think is really cool.
Go ahead, Conan.
I was just going to say real quick, there was a very substantive critique that I think that was popular, that was basically drawing the contrast culturally between Batman and Superman, which the takeaway is that Superman's a better hero because he can do anything he wants and he chooses to be good. And it was unfortunately in very leftist circles that the critique of Batman is like, well, he has all this money in the world, he could change the material conditions of the people of Gotham City, he chooses not to. Here's the problem with that. He is doing all that all the time, and it is not enough. Right. And I think that's part of like,
the one thing with
that,
Batman,
should he be beating up dudes in the street? Probably not.
I want to push back on that a little bit, Conan, if I can, just to push back a little bit. Like,
sure, lay it on me.
The way that Batman, or the way that Bruce Wayne is depicted, and I think we could do like a whole part on Bruce Wayne and Batman, because it's fascinating to me. But like, what he is shown as doing is he is doing like charities, and he's doing foundations, and he's doing like all these things that treat the symptoms of the structural issues, but he never is like, well, these structural issues of capitalism, because he's a billionaire. He can't, it's like the ultimate limitation for Batman. He can't actually question the system that exists because he is a prime beneficiary of it. And so he basically treats the symptoms with the velvet glove when he's doing the charity shit. And then he beats the shit out of like all of the symptoms on the other side of the sort of like rot of the society. You know what I mean?
So I get what you're saying. I don't agree necessarily because what I would say, and it's outlined in this too. There's very lib coded. Yeah, who doesn't love a fundraising party? And maybe things will be, yeah, I'm sure that'll really sort the problem out. This cocktail party, but I think it does a great job. And one of the things it does do a good job with is like seeming like, oh, what was it, the orphanage, whatever it's called. Oh yeah, I thought we funded that. Well, we have money to do that. And it does a good job of showing in the absence of it, while Bruce Wayne kind of Howard Hughes is out and just it's like completely disconnected from reality. That's like, oh yeah, you're not doing what you think you're doing. You think that you're like doing all this good, and even things that are important to you, it's all slipping because you've taken your hand off the wheel. Now that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, the critique of like, obviously, Batman just likes beating up dudes.
Yeah,
clearly,
he's a puppy.
And that's he's not normal, but he doesn't mean he's not moral. But the reductive leftist argument that everything can be solved by just throwing money to immediately change people's material conditions. No, because that presupposes that everybody is good at heart, and people are not good at heart. I'm sorry, they just aren't. Most people are. But like it's like some real Pollyanna stuff to just be like, well, giving people will solve all the problems. It'll solve a lot of the problems, but it does take a bit.
Right, and he would not be like incentivized or be willing to even challenge those structures because of who he is. Anyway, I know we got to get to the plot summary, but
I agree with that. So on this would be. Oh,
you're a mess, Conan. Unfortunately, you're like digitized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think also like one of the more interesting things throughout the series, right, is like we see the structures of how organized crime works in this in this version of Gotham City. So it's like the things they're working the way that they're kind of designed to work within Gotham City at this point, and it's like. That's why there's such an overwhelming kind of bleak feeling to a lot of the stuff, because it's like no matter how much you fight crime, it's like there's so many different incentives that people have in this thing. It's like the scene where he's the scene where he first sees Falcone or whatever, and he's sitting at his bar, and he's like, "There's a judge in here, there's a union guy in there, there's a union."
It's too corrupt.
Yeah, it's just every facet of the society is overwhelmingly corrupt, and then on top of that, there's like all three, well, at least two out of the three. Plus, I mean, you could argue the Joker kind of in the series, like their version of how to clean up Gotham City is just like either to nuke it or to just let the city burn and see if anything rises up the ashes. It's like Batman's not just fighting against the forces of crime; he's fighting against the forces of like complete anarchy.
Yeah.
Right.
I do think though, go ahead.
I was going to say, Nolan's political inscrutability comes into factor. I mean, you could have a better version of this script where Bane. It's like, well, actually, you do have to hand it. Bane made some good points. You could have a better version of the script that does that. That's not the movie that he made, though.
No. And the super like last thing, just to kind of connect it to like the tradition of Batman, at least when you see like a lot of like future versions of Batman, like if you read Kingdom Come, for example, like Batman is able to solve crime by basically making it an absolute police state. And like I do think that is sort of like a little bit of like if Batman could like get to that point at any time in any story except for like maybe Adam West, like that's just who Batman is. Batman is an authoritarian. He is a might makes right like tyrant in a certain sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's both storylines
for sure.
I say this as a Batman lover. I like Batman. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he takes over like he takes all of the cell phones or whatever and like completely does like surveillance state shit. You're right, 100%.
Yeah, and we talked about it.
The fact that it's a fantasy movie that he gave it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
in those 4 years, I'm sure Wayne Enterprises hasn't done anything with that information in the 4 years between the two movies. It's like, hey, we better not ever take over everybody's cell phone again. I'm sure that like the Batman app.
Well, and we should and interestingly, of course, the technology and like it potentially being used for nefarious purposes is like the key MacGuffin to this film, which we should probably get into the plot summary.
Go ahead, Christina.
All right. So, Brian, a former member of the League of Shadows, leads an attack on a CIA plane over you, Becky Stan, to adopt nuclear physicist Dr. Leonid Pavel. Meanwhile, 8 years after the death of Gotham City District Attorney Harvey Dent and the rest of the Joker, organized crime has been eradicated in Gotham City by the Dent Act, legislation that gives expanded powers to the police.
We love it. We love to see the police getting more powers. It seems like it got
some real back the blue going on in Gotham City.
Oh yeah. But it more back the blue.
They've shown themselves to be an overwhelmingly responsible force for social order in Gotham City in particular.
And I love that. And Gary Oldman, by the way, all three movies fabulous as Commissioner Gordon. Like no matter what's going on, like they can have zero crime, and Gordon's like, we got to get more cops out there. We got to just like always making sure to stay on top of it. Yes, like we got to make sure that we're like on top of this shit.
He's permanently rumpled too, which I think is well deployed. He's like,
but a perfect mustache every time.
He gets promoted.
They have the classic, and like it's pretty incredible that that Gary Oldman would go on to play Winston Churchill, a couple years later, because they have the thing where it's like, someone's a great like wartime president, but not a great peacetime president. They kind of do that with Commissioner Gordon, where it's at the beginning of this movie, they think at least Commissioner Gordon's still like, we've got to be on top of this. We got to send more cops out. We got to make sure. And there's the Matthew Modine from Full Metal Jacket is gunning for his job, and he's like, this guy is not a wartime. This is a wartime guy. This is not a peacetime guy. His outlook is too bleak to be able to deal with a world where we've locked up all the criminals, and he's like, they're still out there. I know it. There's somebody out there.
And he was right.
Which is an interesting. It's an interesting take on the Jim Gordon character, and some might say it's a cynical one, but I think it's a way of updating the character for the times too. You know what I mean? And I think that's. I think that's good, and I think the fact you have like someone as good as Gary Oldman, who again, let's remember, and we talked about
amazing actor with
Batman Begins, but he was like at this point like playing heavies. He was usually the villain, so it's, this was real interesting. Like he never really gotten to play the hero. He's always like, because
the only thing when he was doing Sirius Black,
so he's saying that even.
He will just always be to me Jean Baptiste, Emmanuel, Zork.
Dracula.
I was gonna say he was the hero of his own story as Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious.
Oh, I did it my way.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, flawed protagonist. Sure. Yeah. Exactly. Not a villain, but.
Also in this movie, we haven't gotten to him yet. He comes up in a bit, but Ben Mendelsohn as Daggett, he was a motherfucker in that movie. Like he and ultimately he was a pawn. Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Conan.
I think it's thing.
Well, anyway, he was like a pawn for he was just like the guy who was like up there to be like, he was just such a patsy for Bane and for spoiler Talia Al Ghul, who we can talk about later, but like he was just there to be set up. What a sucker.
Well, and it shows you like how just the corruption is so endemic to this world, because it's like he's still at the same fucking fundraisers as Bruce Wayne, as like a legitimate businessman, despite the fact that at one point Bruce Wayne is just like, oh, we went to the mines and like he went to the mines in the Congo, and you know, his men kind of had some corrupt deal in the mines in the Congo of like, you know, starting an African warlord thing. Like, he has some weird backstory that he just kind of says at one point to Alfred, where he's like, he's still, so it's like this guy is still like somehow like in Gotham City just like a legitimate businessman despite his
Well, he's a rival.
Yeah.
That's how he was like, it's kind of the goof single gallant on an extreme level.
Yeah.
He's the goofus of goofus and gallant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would be. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Police Commissioner James Gordon has kept Dent's killing spree a secret and allowed to blame for his crimes the fall on Batman. Bruce Wayne, still mourning the death of Rachel Dawes, has become a recluse.
And Howard Hughes, basically.
It's so.
When he's like,
Alfred, like knowing that Alfred read the letter where she's like, "Hey man, I think I like Harvey Dent more than you, and I'm gonna go off with him and not you, man. Sorry about that." Like knowing Alfred knows that the whole time, like every time he's like biting his tongue, and he's like, "I could have been with Rachel," and he's like, "Yeah, Bruce. Well, you know, Bruce, you gotta get it together. You gotta get it together." And he's like, but Rachel wouldn't let me do this, and he's like, you can see he's like, don't tell him about the letter.
Yeah, Michael Caine was amazing in this movie.
Michael Caine
was amazing in this. Michael Caine was amazing in this movie.
We never had a bad Alfred. No matter how bad Batman movies, we always had a good Alfred.
Yeah, and I feel like he always gives it his all.
Yeah,
and then as well. Like it's like I think that there was a sort of a looking at the character in a different light. Led to I mean, I never watched it, but they made that prequel series, right? I was like, I ain't watching that, but
yeah,
but I know they did that.
He's just like the conscience, like the Bruce Wayne conscience or whatever, the entire time, where he's like, it was like every time he's like, I'm gonna be Batman. He's like, oh man, don't do that. He's like, come on, you could be Bruce. Be yourself, bro. Like be yourself. Well,
he tells the story. He's like, oh yes, when you were gone, I would go to like Florence every year, and I would go and I would look over, and I would hope to see you and your happy family. You know, like, and it was just like that was the sort of like I don't know, like so there's something about Michael Caine spinning a yarn that just like always just like captures everybody's attention.
His Dark Knight yarn, where he's burning everybody in Burma alive, and then in this one, he's like, I took a nice vacation. I like that story. I like that story better than the one about how you kill all the Burmese villagers.
Right. That's a like Chekhov's note, because we see that at the very end too.
Yeah,
you know, it's like he mentions it, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's like, because at first. When I saw this for the first time, I wasn't thinking. I was like, he like mentions that, like, you know, hanging out and whatnot, and see you basically, you know, happy.
Yeah, it hits different after actually going to literally sitting at a little cafe in Florence. I was like, I feel you, bro. This round would go too if I was Alfred.
Yeah. Also, like one of the funny things about like Shut-In Bruce Wayne too is that like when Michael Caine comes and he gives the order to like go up to his room, put the food on the table, and leave. Don't talk to him. like literally, like it's like complete no contact, like COVID-19 style, like the DoorDash era. and obviously she goes and she's like sniffing around, and she's like, oh wow, she's like looks at the archery setup that he's got in there, the target, and he just like shoots an arrow right by her head.
She does that. She does the thing really well in that scene where it's she goes from like she does it the whole movie a bunch of times, but she goes from being like her sweet like Selena Kyle thing to like flipping into like the Catwoman voice, where she's like, every line is like this like kind of sultry like throwaway line that, you know, where they're going back and forth, her and Bruce Wayne. She was
hamming it the fuck up. She was going like full Julie Newmar, like she went crazy.
Yeah, Newmar, Eartha Kitt.
This is the only one that even approaches camp. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, and let's be clear, as much as I like the Tom Hardy Bane, there's a little bit of camp there. There's a little bit of camp there as
100%.
well.
Yeah. Well, it would be. I think it would be hard to do like the dark and like a really, really dark and gritty version of like that character. Where like it's got to have a little bit of camp to it. Otherwise,
I mean,
even
even
is a big dude.
Even in the Dark Knight, like one of the early things that he does when he meets all the gangsters is he like pulls his jacket open. He's got a bunch of grenades in there, and he's got like his thumb with a string to the pins on all of them. It's like, that's camp. How is that not camp? Or the pencil thing where he's like,
but I think there's
pencil trick.
But it never gets cheesy. No, that's the big difference for me. It never gets cheesy, like how
it never goes full Schumacher.
Like
You never go full
Batman and
Schumacher.
Exactly. Never go full Schumacher.
This movie, I think it gets the closest to being cheesy. That's the the end where it's like, bro, what's your full name?
I mean, for sure.
Yeah, like that's that. I think that is
which is again. Why not just call him Dick Grayson?
Yeah,
we'll talk about
and then
we'll talk about camp
Richard or whatever.
We'll talk about camp when we get to the stock market scene, but like maybe we should go next. Imagine
Kevin James as Bane. Why would I do that? Why would I?
Imagine Tom Hardy as Paul Blart.
I would watch that.
I would too, actually. Kristina,
I'm going to sing about that. Imagine.
Yeah.
You think the mall is your ally?
You have one of those leany scooter things. I can't Segway scooters.
Keep it going. Let's go.
So
keep it going.
Bane conspires to help Wayne Enterprises board member John Daggett take over the company, and they begin to trying to buy Bruce's fingerprints. Cat burglar Selena Kyle steals Bruce's prints from Wayne Manor for Daggett, but he double crosses her, and she alerts the police. That's interesting.
That hit so much. I feel like back in 2012. Not saying there wasn't obviously there was fingerprinting whatever like safes and stuff, right? Where you put your fingerprint on it, and then you can open the safe that way. But I feel like so much shit now uses our fingerprints as an opening mechanism that I feel like that's actually that could have been a kind of the kind of plot line, but because I think technology has advanced in that direction so much, it works really well in this.
Yeah.
Surprisingly so. It was definitely a hot topic point at the time too, and this is before iPhones. iPhones, I think, were just starting to do the fingerprint thing. And it was way before Face ID, which a lot of us were very against from the start, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. And it's interesting that this, and same thing with Dark Knight and the surveillance state stuff, right? I'm just is this a little bit before the times?
Yeah.
In a few key ways. We missed in this plot summary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think Christopher Nolan is a good director. He's good at getting to technological things that are going to be real very soon. He's good at that kind of being just early on some of this stuff. I feel like he keeps up on tech in a way that he does not on politics.
I think there's a lot of truth in that. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can I keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I didn't check your Facebook, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of anyway. Bane's henchmen capture Gordon in the sewers, but he escapes and is found by steadfast Gotham City police officer John Blake, an orphan who has deduced Bruce's secret identity.
Call him Richard.
I know. Why the fuck?
I like Christina, after the other day when we were doing our stream where he was like I am an orphan, and he's like little orphan Funkhauser. I feel like that about multiple characters in this. It's John Blake, adult orphan.
Also, what a fucking John Doe ass name, just completely replaceable, anything. John Blake, like fucking hell, dude. Like, and it is
Like,
kind of doing the DC thing. Like, if you notice that, like most DC characters, really do have like two first names, like Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, like all of them. John Blake, I guess, falls into that.
Except
like they were
for
trying to do something. And like there's obviously exceptions, mostly men that are like that. But Selena Kyle is another one with two first names. Like there's a lot of that in the DC world.
I mean,
I think that's what they were trying to do with them.
The thing
But
that
there's
gets
like
me,
it goes back to Dick Tracy, kind I think.
It does.
Yeah.
It's such a or the non Bruce Wayne Batman, and just to miss that opportunity.
Dick Grayson,
like,
Jason
did
Todd,
tell him? Like somebody should have told him. Just there's like 5 names to choose from. Just take one of them.
I think it was before Damian Wayne was a character. Which, by the way, great Robin.
Oh, that's right.
The name
great Robin, and of course we would need
the name
Marion
is
Cotillard for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, and she. Well, we could talk about how she went out in a little bit. Good Lord, man. Go ahead, Kristina. One more thing on that too. I'm sorry, but like when again being a goon for Bane really does suck, because like what happens when Gordon gets away. Another one, by the way, Gordon is another first name for a last name. Is that like he's like, yeah, you're gonna go chase after him and you're going to die. like the two goons, like it's just like there's so many instances of like goons getting killed.
What you were saying with this movie more than the other two being like kind of propaganda-esque. Like I wonder, like when you actually watch both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, like a lot of the people that eat it throughout that fucking both movies are like it's just they're just going through cops like nobody's business, and I wonder if like Christopher Nolan
Revenge of the Cops
almost felt like bad about that. Like wow, we've kind of slaughtered a lot.
Try to balance the scales.
Yeah,
maybe. I mean, they get it pretty bad.
Respect the balance.
Although they do throw the one cop off. He like kills the cop and throws him off the thing in the sewer at one point.
Yeah,
that's true. All right, Kristina, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Blake persuades Bruce to resume his vigilantism. Bane attacks the Gotham Stock Exchange and uses Bruce's fingerprints to verify fraudulent transactions, leaving Bruce ousted from his company and bankrupt.
Glenn Powell, by the way.
Yes.
So okay.
Whoa.
So, really quickly on this part.
There's 2 sentences.
Yeah.
7 plot points and 2 sentences. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can I start? Like, okay. The most amazing thing about this entire movie, to me, is that like when Bruce Wayne goes to the doctor and he's like, yeah, you have 0 cartilage in your knees. And so like he's basically got bone on bone the entire time. Because he says, I need to.
Yeah, the Doctor has a 30 Rock bit where he's like, like the doctor. I think it's 30 Rock where the doctor is always giving like maybe like Arrested Development where the doctor is like, well, there's good news, blah blah blah, and then he's like, but the doctor does that, but he's like, there's no problem with your cartilage, and he's like, oh, that sounds good. And he's like, because there is no cartilage in your knee at all.
Which like by the way, like. Later in the movie, after he's got no cartilage in his knees, he's got his back like freshly recovered, and the only thing that was used to fix his spine was like one good like elbow and a rope, and then he's able to climb out of the thing that no one on earth had ever been able to climb out of. I love that because that is such comic book shit.
There's an out early has mechanical brace, the mechanical leg brace thing here. Like you have an out for that, but I agree with you. It's like, all right, how did he heal that quickly?
Yeah.
And
he didn't have that in prison, you know.
Yeah.
The doctor, by the way, I forgot to say, the doctor that does that bit is Thomas Lennon, like the guy.
He was awesome. He was great.
He's like a funny actor, but he always plays a slightly off gay guy in every movie. Like he does a really good job. He kind of did like a Dr. Hibbert from The Simpsons sort of deal. You know? Yeah. what's his name from SNL? I think he's Dirty Rock.
Stefan? No.
The guy from SNL.
Jason Morgan?
The deep voice. I know his name. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, while you're trying to think of that,
anyway.
Let's talk about the
Parnell.
stocking.
He does the Chris Parnell thing from yeah.
Stock exchange. Let's go.
So I just
The stock exchange was the funniest scene in the entire movie. Yeah, the stock exchange was the funniest scene in the entire movie.
Well, Bane literally
Bar
goes
none.
and occupies Wall Street. Like that is.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know why everyone thinks this movie has to do with Occupy Wall Street. And Bane walks in, he's like, he literally occupies Wall Street.
Yeah, and plus, like they basically just like had the one scene from Trading Places where they just like have all these guys just running around throwing papers at each other. I'll take 79 shares or whatever. You know, like it was like the like.
And they also have the dialogue with Glenn Powell and the other stockbroker. He's like, "What do you think of the Batman?" "Oh, I think the Batman's gonna come back." Well, like they're having just like a conversation about like what's going on in the movie, like extra exposition.
And while they're getting their shoe shined.
Yeah.
Go look at your freaking shine box. All right, wrong movie.
You think we'll still be able to sexually assault people in the Bane apocalypse? I don't know, man. We gotta wait and see.
It is interesting to see Glenn Powell, like before he was distinguished as an actor, just being like that guy.
I mean, this was right after Spy Kids
in the rolling chair. Yeah, which I've never seen.
Well, and it's like it's crazy to go back and remember seeing that scene and being like, oh, I had no idea who Glenn Powell was.
Right before Scream Queens too. That he was funny in that.
I kid you not, and I've said this before, Jeff. You never heard me say this, but like I could not tell Glenn Powell apart from like two other dudes until Hitman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just looks like he's just like white dude.
Yeah.
Scene rules. It's ridiculous, but it rules. It's good.
There was also a very funny line where like one of the guys is like, "This is a stock exchange. We don't have any money here."
and he's like, "Then why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you
and like,
here?"
All right, any of us here.
And that's definitely a got him, Bane. He's like, well, you do have to hand it to
fucked him up good.
And then he just walks out of the fucking stock exchange because all he was there to do was he's like he should have come and be like, "I'm here to make a trade."
Yes. Also, like important plot point as well. Cement truck. Blake starts yelling at the cement truck guy, foreshadowing some later stuff. I think that's important to point out.
Oh, get this out of here! What are you doing?
Yeah, get moving. Where do you want me to go?
You know what they don't have.
Keep going where?
You know what they haven't really done in Batman that I think they should do. If someone makes a future Batman movie, they should have like a specific Gotham accent in the same way that there's like a Jersey accent or a New York accent, but it should be a different kind of accent in this world. So they should have like everybody in the movie have like this weird clip or something to their voice that's just slightly different than our world.
I think it should be whatever city it's filmed in. So like this was mostly filmed in Pittsburgh, right? So they should have all been Yinzers.
Yeah.
Or Chicago Batman. Like,
I mean, there absolutely will be another Batman movie. There absolutely will be another Batman movie because that Matt Reeves Batman movie was incredibly popular.
I'm excited. Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent. Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm excited. Hours, maybe I'll be excited.
Oh,
and also, if they get anyone besides Zoe Kravitz, who's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Dark Knight had a lot going, and
Dark Knight Rises was filmed in Pittsburgh. Which you also get to see evident when when in the football scene when Hines Ward, a prominent like long Hall of Famer, I believe, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who would never make it as a return man, by the way, return that kickoff for a touchdown in the crumbling stadium.
It's so much fun.
Like looks behind him.
Each of these movies like takes place in clearly a different city each time. They're like
also like I looked this up last night when I was watching it. Apparently Gotham is like an archipelago of islands. So like there's no like you need to have bridges, you need to have like all these like tunnels and all this shit. He looks like he's interrogated by the Joker. Incredible. Like there's no like you can't get to Gotham without like taking a bridge or a tunnel, which is a key plot point later in this film as well.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing is, so it really it was Chi-Town, as they call it, because the Richard J. Daley Center was the Wayne Enterprises headquarters in The Dark Knight, and then Trump Tower was the Wayne Enterprises headquarters in Dark Knight Rises, which at the time I was watching this the other day. They made Trump make like a video where like, I saw The Dark Knight, it was great. They filmed it at Trump Tower. He does not mention really anything about the movie except that it's filmed at like he talks about the entire review.
Just like Home Alone 2, which was filmed at my hotel.
Yeah.
He only allowed that so he could have that cameo.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know, unlike the plot summary writer, we don't know that Bruce's fingerprints are verified from actions, but that's what's happening.
Yeah,
we don't know as a viewer.
Yeah, because I was gonna say with that as a plot point, like I didn't pick up on that, but I don't think they were like I don't think you really,
So they had a piece about the fingerprints where Batman. So first off, they had the exchange where Catwoman was like, "Give me the," and Catwoman's whole plot is her whole plot was she was trying to get the clean slate, which is basically like erasing her entire criminal history so she can live her life, going forward. And like she has this exchange with John Daggett of like, because they'd already revealed that she had like the necklace was a ruse, and like literally she was there to get Batman or Bruce Wayne's prints, and it came up like later when Batman does like analysis of the prints and like figures out who Selina Kyle is. But so there's like allusions to it. They don't necessarily like cheat in terms of like being dishonest with the audience. But like we do later eventually get the reveal that like, I guess after this scene that Batman, like or Bruce Wayne is basically like trading like a drunken sailor, and like basically the richest man in Gotham is now out on his ass.
Yeah. Extra. Read all about it. Richest man in Gotham.
It's in the newspaper.
The MacGuffin of the clean slate thing is some of three of these movies. Like it's like like it's pretty lazy writing.
Yeah,
it's pretty lazy writing, and it's designed to make Catwoman like literally without the haircut, but she is essentially the manic pixie dream girl of this flick. Like that's what she is.
Yeah.
I got
the peak Manic Pixie Dream Girl era too.
What do you guys think Bruce Wayne invested in to make the bad trades? Like what company? Like you guys have any guesses or any ideas?
This is after Enron. What tanked in Toys R Us?
Bruce Wayne is putting billions of dollars down on Toys R Us stock, or like
I would say it's a little too early. That's
what
all three bets.
It's obviously not, but like I'm imagining like the today, like the modern version of it. Bruce Wayne is investing shitloads of money into crypto coin.
Yeah, he bought a bunch of NFTs. He bought like 50,000 apes. Can you imagine like the scene with like Christian Bale and Jimmy Kimmel talking about their apes?
But I was imagining like a little bit earlier, right? Like an early version of this, like 5 years before Batman Begins or something. Bruce Wayne puts all the money down on Pets.com right before the .com bubble burst.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
He loses everything. He lost his shirt. I love when someone loses a lot of money and like the expression is just like, yeah, I lost my shirt on that trade.
The only thing that was missing is Batman, like Bruce Wayne, like walking around with the barrel strapped to him. Like that would have made it the most on the nose as possible.
They have to have a guy. They have to have a guy come up to him to because there's always the repo man. Like they have to have the repo guy come to him and be like, I need your clothes too.
Well, they did have that one scene where he starts making out with Miranda Tate, and like they're in Wayne Manor. They do like some exposition, and by the way, like the way Bruce Wayne lives, like he's got sheets over everything. He just like made his entire house into a museum. But he's like about to like, oh yeah, at least I'm gonna get some like sympathy sex from Miranda Tate, and then the lights go out.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say billionaires get everything. It's like even when they're not a billionaire anymore, she's still like, you know what? All the sex with your broke ass. Like,
Well, and also like it even said this is in the plot. It said that like, oh, he gets to keep the house. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you're broke. What the fuck? Like, where are your debt collectors? You have to like
huge. Like that house has to be worth like billions and billions of dollars. It has like an entire estate.
He literally cannot. He cannot be broke. He cannot be broke and own that house. It's not possible for both of those things to happen at the same time.
Socialism is when
impossible.
House.
Anyway,
yeah.
Can we continue with the plot summary?
Wait, I was just imagining.
Go ahead.
This is the last thing before the plot summary. I was just imagining Bane walking and going, "I'd like to put this money down on Dogecoin, please."
Go ahead, Kristina.
Okay, because we got a lot to go through. Fearing Bruce will purposely get himself killed fighting Bane, his butler, Alfred Pennyworth, resigns in the hopes of saving him after revealing to him that Rachel was going to marry Dent, and thus Bruce should let her go. Bane kills Daggett to pursue his own goals, while Bruce and Wayne Enterprises' new CEO, Miranda Tate, become lovers.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get a job in the mailroom.
Yeah. We basically have already got to that. You can continue, actually.
Yeah, I'll just keep reading the whole thing because I know Conan's internet wonky and whatever. So.
Yeah,
I mean, I could if at any point you get tired, I'll switch off with you.
I won't get tired. Who do you think I am? Anyway,
she's
Selena agrees to take Selena agrees to take Batman to Bane, but instead leads him into a trap under Wayne Tower. Bane, aware Batman's identity, gloats that he intends to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's mission to destroy Gotham City before he brutally cripples Batman in combat.
There was a lot of people kind of saying this around the Odyssey, where it's like Christopher Nolan's definitely like action scenes are not his forte, but I feel like more than any other movie, the fight scene between Bane and Bruce Wayne is one of those times where it's shot like a video game cutscene or something a little bit.
It's like Metal Gear Solid or something.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like.
So Batman basically like starts chopping. He's too. He's like beating on Bane like over and over again, like chopping down a giant tree, and like Bane doesn't flinch. It doesn't bother him. He's not phased by it. He just shrugs every single hit off, and every time Bane hits him, it's just like, oh, he just like absolutely destroys him. Yeah, and then it gets to the point where he just started like bashing the owl, bats it into like tiny pieces and picks up a piece of it.
Well, and
very cinematic.
Tom Hardy has that body in this where it's like the body is just like pure fucking meat. You know what I mean? Like
he's brick shit house,
and you can hear just the fist going like just hitting it, like the impact of it on that body that he's built up, like the muscle of it. It's just there's just like a almost satisfying feeling to that. Like
it's like you have like Marty Jannetty wrestling the Undertaker, and like he punches the Undertaker, and the Undertaker just like shakes it off. But yeah, so the thing is also the betrayal. So like he's like he is walking with Catwoman, and she just like walks him right past like a line, and just the cage just drops right next to him like it's Mousetrap.
Like, oh.
Well, he said take me to Bane, and she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yes, I'm sure, take me to Bane. And she's like, you sure about that? And he's like, yes. That's the moment where I'm like, that's the moment where I'm asking, like, okay, why are you asking? Are you sure twice? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what predatory. It's like what predatory loan companies do. It's like,
yeah. So, let's see, he takes Bruce to an ancient underground prison in the Middle East, where Bruce learns that Raj Uggul's child was born and raised there, but had a protector who helped the child escape.
You think Abu Ghraib is your ally? I was born in Abu Ghraib.
I do love the part with the prison. I love the part with
so that like we think it's Bane. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love that sucks, man.
Yeah.
I love the sort of like psychological torture of the prison. Like the whole like, oh, you look up and you see hope, you know, like the idea. And I do love that. And then he also had another amazing line, which is like, we'll break your spirit before we'll break your body. And when your spirit is crushed, you can die.
I do feel like there's something to that, like those ancient prisons, like like because the way we build prisons now is we're building them as like mass industrial complexes, kind of.
Yeah,
but like
they're filing cabinets for people.
Yeah, but the old style of prisons, I feel like there's a lot of them, like when you if you ever like tour one of the, like they found like ways to just like humiliate and torture the people inside of the prisons just by like the design of the actual prison. Like you would not want to be in some like random Middle East prison that's like, you know, an ancient prison from before times. Like
Well, was that we're led to believe much led to believe that the child that is that thing.
Yeah, the child is Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a misdirection.
That's where
early on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you going?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So back in Gotham, Bane detonates explosives to trap the police forces in the sewers, destroys all but one bridge surrounding the city, kills Gotham Mayor Anthony Garcia, and forces Pavel to convert the fusion reactor core owned by Wayne Enterprises into a decaying neutron bomb before publicly killing him. He exposes Dent's crime to the city and releases the prisoners of Blackgate Penitentiary, effectively taken over Gotham. He also has Gotham's elite exiled and killed in proletarian kangaroo courts presided over by your boy Jonathan Crane.
The neutron bomb named after famous neutron bomb designer Conan Neutron.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the image of like the rich guys climbing under the under like a table or something like that, and having the goons come out and just like 86 them was incredible. And then also the obviously we mentioned the scene where Hines Ward returns the kickoff for a touchdown with the crumbling stadium and the bombs, and all the cops are trapped. And like that's another part of it too, is like he tricked the cops, like Gordon's cops, so bad that they sent all of the cops underground and trapped them. Every cop was busted.
Yeah, well, these days you would you just have to leave some donuts down there in the
yeah, that's the classic. But yeah,
they can't resist.
Maybe that's what he told them.
They can smell the donuts.
Maybe that's what he told them. Yeah,
there's donuts on the ground here. I know it. They're like, Bane's gonna trap you. No, donuts. Donuts would never do that to me.
I also love, by the way, and this is like leaking into some stuff that comes out later, but like the cops are trapped underground for like 5 months. Like it shows that they're getting like care packages shipped to them, but like there's nowhere to shower underground. And like all of the cops, when they come out like later on, they look like they're fresh as a daisy. Like they're ready to fight everybody. It's just like, how the fuck are these guys not like covered in shit? They haven't showered in 5 months.
Because they look like they were in a Trojan horse.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, the cop Trojan horse. They just, I don't know. They just leave it. They just leave a cop car on the side of the road with a bunch of cops in it, and it's like.
Well, I was thinking of the Trojans from the Odyssey, where they're like
Yeah,
shitting
no,
all over
I
the
got
place
it.
and
I got
pissing.
what you're
And, yeah, okay.
all of their wives were already cheating on them anyway, so they didn't really. No, I'm surprised they got care packages.
Yeah. And like they had like a bunch of relief shipped into Gotham like this entire time. So basically Gotham is like literally an island cut off from the rest of the world. You have them like driving like dummy trucks and real trucks with the neutron bomb, the Conan neutron bomb in it. You have like all of this like crazy. You have the cops are buried underground. You have the prison is released, and like Bane is and also like this is the part that is like probably the most directly reactionary part, even though I agree that like Nolan's politics are kind of like incomprehensible. But like the idea that like the entire time Bane is saying to everybody that will listen that he is doing this to instill hope in Gotham, but then destroy Gotham. And then when he cuts his promo in front of like everybody, he's just like, "Yes, this is your liberation."
Yeah,
Gotham is yours.
People were talking about this like at the time when they were having this whole debate about like is it Occupy Wall Street, is this reaction? What it really it's the French Revolution is where they get a lot of these ideas from, like the whole idea of like proletarian kangaroo courts. The first place they really had that kind of thing happening was like the French Revolution. And it is very like Danton and Robespierre kind of, where it's like the high tribunal. Of course, in this one it's just the Scarecrow, and in the ones in the French Revolution it's always
I like the feathers on like the crow like feathers like on his suit when he's presiding over the court or whatever. I'm like, oh, finally, because everyone's like, because the biggest complaint that Cillian Murphy ever got was like, oh, he doesn't look like Scarecrow. He don't look like Scarecrow. I'm like, okay, well, let's put some black feathers on his.
I thought you were gonna say put the black face on, and I was like, no, dude. But no, but the thing is like. People were doing that thing around the Odyssey where it's like, oh, Christopher Nolan, a lot of his movies don't have jokes in them or whatever. But like, this
movie is full of jokes.
Yeah, it's a very funny sequence when Cillian Murphy is doing the exile or death thing, and then everyone gets exiled, but it's death by exile.
Yeah,
I found that sequence to be a lot funnier this time than I did.
He's so sassy.
Yeah,
he was very sassy. Also,
man.
he was. Like I don't know. There was just something funny about how he looked in this movie. The fact that he came back, because I didn't know when I first seen this movie in the theater that he was going to come back. But then also like the look in his eye as he is like in this like he's obviously drunk with power the entire time.
Yeah,
like slamming his gavel down, like acting like a fucking psycho. I loved it. It kind of I don't know. I love it.
It kind of reminded me of his character in Red Eye a little bit. I'm like, oh, there's that Jackson Ripner in him.
It's something very Rickety Cricket about his
yes.
Not the love from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, of course, like, across the three movies where he's like pretty, like he's obviously evil in Batman Begins, but he's put together kind of in Batman Begins, and he gets more and more unhinged and like cracked out as these movies go on. Because the second we see him in The Dark Knight for like 5 seconds, and he's like, he's like,
not my diagnosis.
Yeah, but he's like, he's being sassy there too. And then in this movie, he's like at his like apotheosis of like an insane person, which you would hope that at some point people will be like, hey, maybe keep the Scarecrow in jail. Like every single time he just pops back out
he
again.
Gets out. You're right.
Yeah, he's like I'm back, but he doesn't even care who like the supervillain of the movie is. He's just still chilling.
He's just
the bad guy every time.
Yeah. Like, does he know Bane? Like, how did he get to be like? I want to see like
I'll do whatever you want. I want
to see like a behind the scenes of how he became the High Tribunal Court guy, because it's like, did Bane appoint him to that position, or did he is he freelancing? Is that like he decided that like I'm appointing myself as a judge?
Well, in the future, if we ever get Cillian Murphy to come on the show, we'll ask him these questions and what he feels like.
I imagine he was just like very influential in prison. Like he was able to like maybe sneak some of his Scarecrow dust in, like enough of it to have like people be afraid of him just enough so that he could essentially accumulate power, perhaps.
And Bane,
like maybe that's part of it. Oh, this guy's got some clout. This guy, look, let's make him a court judge.
Well, because if he doesn't have his scarecrow dust, like, I'm sorry, he's getting.
He's just a guy. Yeah,
like he's not like, because you see the guys that are in prison throughout these Batman movies, and like a lot of them are jacked or like, you know, they're like they have something like, you know, scary about him, and then it's just Cillian Murphy's like 95 pounds soaking wet at this point. It's like I don't like
Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention this, but there was also the scene. This was before when they're like walking. They're essentially walking Anne Hathaway, Catwoman, down the like prison, and the guy, all the dudes. She's like being locked in the prison with the guys because she's so dangerous or whatever, and they're all just like wolf whistling, like "Ooh, baby, come here!" All this other fucking like nasty, gross bullshit, and she does like her girl boss moment of like doing a cartwheel while breaking somebody's hands. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of awesome.
Well, and you have that moment where they're debating. They're debating like, can a woman be put in like a male prison? You know, and they're debating it, and then she does that, and it's like,
yeah,
she'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Here.
Yeah, she'll be all right. Kristina.
Yes. So 5 months later, Bruce, now healed, escapes the prison. As Batman, he returns to Gotham and frees the police, and together they war with Bane's army. Hell yeah!
You got
not cool with the cops being freed, but whatever.
You guys gotta believe that some of those cops are just like, I'm gonna stay here.
So first thing is escaping the prison. Escaping the prison was interesting because like he was doing like sit-ups in prison, and that was supposed to get him out, and he tries it like time and time again. Yeah, he's like doing like mad like fucking prison bar sit-ups, and like the guy's like, no, you have to like let go of the fear of death or whatever. And like every time he tries it with the rope tied around his waist, he can't make the jump. But then eventually, when he symbolically, I guess, lets go of his fear of failure or whatever the fuck, he can now all of a sudden make the jump.
Each time they're chanting in like Arabic.
Oh yeah. What are they saying? Rise.
Yeah. Right.
They're saying cracker.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
No, Wheaties, Cracker Barrel. During the battle, Tate stabs Batman, revealing herself as Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia al Ghul's. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
so they did have the fight here with Batman and Bane, and Batman does legitimately get the best of him finally. Right before that part,
and then he's just so shocked at the big reveal that the fight flips the other way.
Yeah.
I was Ra's al Ghul's daughter, and he's like, "Wow, I'm so shocked I can't fight anymore."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. It was a successful misdirection.
Also, like during the time. Go ahead, Conan.
Talia al Ghul, I think it's a cool character. I think the reveal that is weak as hell.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to her death yet.
That's really bad.
Yeah, the death is crazy. We'll get to that in a minute. But
Cotillard a lot.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think she's
good.
Yeah,
she was
Ra's
in the
al
net
Ghul's
too.
daughter. This is Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Sophia al Ghul.
So another thing too is like when like in the sort of like inter Batman time, like for some reason Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like keep putting bat signals like up on the walls, I guess, to sort of like keep hope while they're like running around trying to find the neutron bomb car. That was
yeah.
Keep hope
and then again, the cops again came out of I have to restate this. They came out of 5 months underground, fresh as a daisy, looking like they had freshly had their clothes laundered.
And
I was watching.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, Conan saw you.
Nope. Go ahead.
No, I was watching a video that Jason, I forget his last name, that makes these videos on like TikTok. was doing the other day. And he was like the video was about the point that like they don't make movies like they used to in the 70s where everyone's like drenched in sweat and like there's really just like the like almost like Al Pacino or something like Serbica, like people are just drenched in sweat and like all this stuff. Like that aesthetic is kind of gone. And now even when it's like a character, you know, coated in blood, like it's done in a aesthetically pleasing kind of way. You know, characters don't have like fucked up like clothes or like anything like that really as much anymore. It's like there's just like cleanliness to everything that didn't used to be there in films in like the 70s. And so I was thinking a lot about that when it's like
it's sanitized, really. Like there's no edge.
Right. Even when it's not even when it's like not meant to be, it's still like, all right, just do that. It looks like it came off the rack. I also think it's notable that there's like a neutron bomb city, and Batman takes the time to like set up this really and elaborate thing with like, I think you to make seem like a
God damn it.
Cool. Having a great time.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Sorry, man.
I'm just, you know what? Looking at the bright side of things, I'm just happy it wasn't the Dark Knight. So you know, your contributions on that were great, and it's like at least.
I would have
at least
ended
out of
myself
the
on
three
stream
movies,
if that were the case.
At least out of the 3 movies, it's the Dark Knight Rises. It's like,
I mean, hear me now.
And that's God.
Maybe. Okay.
Is he talking out of Bane's mask? We wish. Also, like when we get to the so we just got to the betrayal, the reveal. Okay, I think we got some points to make in the upcoming part.
Yeah. So Bane is her decoy and guardian who had helped her escape the pit, becoming mauled in the process. Talia activates the bomb, but it fails due to Gordon blocking the signal. Selina kills Bane and helps Batman pursue Talia, hoping to return the bomb to the reactor chamber where it can be stabilized. Talia's truck crashes, but she remotely floods and destroys the reactor chamber before dying. Wait.
Yes. Oh my God. Horrible. You know what's crazy about?
That's crazy.
What was crazy about that part, and we can circle back to some of the other thing, is that like she's in the cab of the truck, which is supposed to be more safe, and she dies. Jim Gordon is in the trailer. He should be flying all over the place and be made into just like separated from his flesh and his blood from his bones. And he's just totally fine.
Well, there's like a bunch of times throughout this entire franchise where it's like Jim Gordon kind of has good luck with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's just got the most incredible plot armor you've ever seen.
It's like
there's also, by the way, this is one of the most egregious ticking clocks I've ever seen in my entire life in like the history of movies, because like you're looking at like the movie and it's like, oh, there's 11 minutes left on the clock. 6 minutes of screen time pass or something crazy. And if you look and it's like 10:30 on the clock remaining, it's just come on, that's ridiculous.
I like that in this movie, because he obviously like Christopher Nolan didn't play all this stuff out in advance, but I like that out of all the characters, the one that has the least to do with the neutron bomb in this movie is Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
He's like not even involved in that whatsoever. They're like, oh, an atomic bomb. And he's like, I don't know anything about that.
Well, what's funny is that I remember watching The Late Show with Craig Ferguson, and Cillian Murphy was on for like the second season of Peaky Blinders or whatever. It was right before Craig Ferguson left The Late Show, and they were talking about Churchill and World War II, and he's like, they had to put like a neutron bomb to stop, the Japanese or all that. And I'm like, oh, if Cillian Murphy only knew back in 2014 what was to come 10 years later, like.
Oh, you think the atomic bomb is your ally?
Literally. With again, Gary.
Also,
Oldman,
just to circle back to, so like Talia al Ghul is not the only one that goes like a complete chump. Bale also goes out like a complete chump, by just getting shot by Catwoman. Like she makes a comment which was referential to like an earlier comment about Batman saying no guns, and like she's just like, yeah, I don't know about that no guns thing, when she just fucking shoots Bane with his fucking his vehicle that's got guns on it. By the way, this is Batman's vehicle that has guns on it.
Stupid lib gun control Batman.
Yeah. Even though he's got guns everywhere, like his car's got guns, his motorcycle's got guns, but he's against guns.
Yeah. The only good Batman with the bad bat or whatever. The only way to stop a good Batman with a gun is a bad Batman with a gun.
And one of the other things that we didn't mention too is that like when the Bane just essentially breaks into Batman's armory and like takes all of the Batman cars and like all the Batman gear except for the like one flying really shitty looking Batmobile. I really hated that vehicle.
Yeah.
I hated all of the bat, like except for the motorcycle. Like there was nothing like they tried to go for like the image of like the Dark Knight Returns. Yes, for pheasant hunting. They tried to have like an image of the Dark Knight Returns like Batman tank that he had, which was gigantic, but it was like way too fucking small in the movie. You know what I mean? It just looked weird, and it never sat right with me.
Yeah.
The motorcycle. I think the motorcycle's cool.
The motorcycle was the only good one. I hated the flyer though. It looked like shit.
Like where when the turn spins,
oh man, fuck! I hate this.
Yeah. Want me to keep going?
Yep. We're almost. We gotta break brought home.
Yeah.
Power through.
With no way to stop the detonator, Batman reveals his identity to Gordon and uses his aerocraft, the Bat, to haul the bomb over the bay, where it safely explodes. Yay!
Thank God the Bat was destroyed. He didn't like directly reveal like I'm Bruce Wayne. It was like
you should have said the words. It is I, Bruce Wayne.
You didn't see that coming, did you? No, he's like, no. He had to be like very like artful about it. It's like sometimes a hero can be a guy putting a coat on a young boy to make him feel like the world isn't over or whatever. Something
what if we did? What if Commissioner Gordon does not remember that big memory from your childhood?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He's like sometimes it's a guy putting a coat on a kid, and it's like who? Why would that be the example?
Yeah, a lot of kids' parents died, and I gave them a lot of coats. Okay,
yeah, a lot of coats.
This is Gotham City.
A lot of kids. That could be anyone.
It could have been Talia al Ghul.
Could have been little orphan Funkhauser.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been John Blake, aka Robin.
John Blake. Yes, that is me, John Blake. It is me, Jim Smith.
Dave, Steve.
Steve Dave.
Steve Dave, yeah.
You tell him, Steve Dave. Wait, is that why Kevin Smith has Steve Dave as his random character in every movie? It's like that does have like a very DC ring to it.
Yeah, maybe so. And he has written Batman actually too. He's written like a lot of comics.
That I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Not the worst Batman comic. Not a good one, but not the worst one. The Widening Gyre was not great. Anyway, Rick Steves, dude, I fucking love Rick Steves. Rick Steves nuts.
Want me to send us home?
Bicycle from his childhood. Yeah.
So, in the aftermath, Batman is presumed dead and honored as a hero. Since Bruce is also presumed dead, Wayne Manor becomes an orphanage, and Bruce's estate is left to Alfred. Gordon finds the bat signal repaired, while Lucius Fox discovers that Bruce had fixed the bat's malfunctioning autopilot, implying that he escaped the bat before the detonation.
It is depressing as hell how many orphans there appears to be in Gotham. It's just like a never ending.
Are you surprised?
No.
With all the antics going on? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, there was also that one scene. I don't know. I don't remember exactly where it fit in, but like where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is trying to escape with all of the orphans, like crossing the bridge, and the cop is like, "If you move, we will shoot you and we'll blow the bridge." And then they do, and that was like the whole scene. like he didn't even get to be a hero.
No, he takes the step forward, and then the cop, and he's like, "These cops will never shoot me." Another cop, and then he's like, "Hold up, stop!" And then he's like taking another step forward. He's like, "Shoot at his feet!" And then it shoots at his feet twice. He's like, "I guess they would shoot at another cop." And it's like, yeah. We also get like I like that this movie decides for like at least for 5 seconds to show you who the president of this like fictional, and it's just like he's just mad old, and he's like, Gotham City is yeah. But it's like, there's also like they say in it like the same thing about every city. It's like, Gotham City, our finest city, and it's like this piece of shit, terrible crime-ridden shithole is America's finest city in this world. It's like 70s New York all the time in this, and it's like 2008 or whatever, 2011, like 12, and it's still just 1970s New York. And he's like, "This is our finest city." What are the other cities like? The other cities, they're worse than this.
I've decided what Gotham actually is. Gotham is what like every 60-plus-year-old suburbanite mother-in-law thinks every American city is.
Yeah.
It's like the scariest place on earth. Like it's a war zone that every time you go there, you survive.
It's like
exactly.
Every time they talk about New York City on Fox News, that's what Gotham is.
It's Gotham City. What sometimes like some people that I know, family members or whatever, like I'll say I'm from New Orleans, right? I'll be like, I'm going to the French Quarter. I'm going to be hanging out and partying or whatever. And like they're like, "Are you sure? Are you going to be safe? Are you going to be able to do that?" It's like I have never in my yeah. If I die, at least I'll be dying having fun,
The president, by the way, in this is William Devane, who's like he was in Marathon Man, Family Plot, like he's like like one of those classic character actor guys. But he was also in Interstellar. Well, that was like one of the last movies he was in before retiring.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like the young version of him looks like a young Walton Goggins a little bit.
Walton Goggins. And then you get, I guess we're gonna get to the end here, but like the scene where Alfred goes to Florence, and who does he see?
Well, that's what I'm about to get to. Don't spoil it.
That's you heard Alfred say that's where I'm taking my vacation, and it's like. That's the place I guess I'm going. I only know that city, this city, and that city.
That's the one place.
So speaking of which, in Florence, drinking.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say William Devane's also in a great movie called Marathon Man and Rolling Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, he disappeared.
Yeah, there we go.
He does that. Like Batman.
Yeah.
He is like Batman. Where'd he go?
Not like it's our fault. In Florence, drinking in Fernet Branca, Alfred discovers that Bruce is alive and well, and in relationship with Selena, and they acknowledge each other with a smile. Blake, whose legal first name is real as Robin, resigns from the GCPD, disillusioned with how they'd handled Bane's takeover, and receives a package leading him to the Batcave. The end.
Unnecessary bullshit. Like that was such a stupid ending. Like if they would have just left it, with the scene with in Florence, I would have been fine with it. But you don't, like, why the fuck? Who would watch the Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Blake fucking Batman movie? Like, who the fuck would watch that shit?
I sure as hell wouldn't.
He's a Batman. Batman gets really, really, really preoccupied with social media users using it under the age of 16.
Yeah.
Hey, turn off the phone. Don't use Twitter. He's like,
he gets himself some Blood Boys.
Batman just keeps slapping the phones out of these middle school kids' hands. He's gotten real weird about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's working with the Heritage Foundation. This is just I don't get this one, but well, whatever.
He's palling around with Peter Thiel, and they got Blood Boys now. What the fuck?
Peter Thiel is a Batman hero in this one. This is just,
dude.
I don't know.
Peter Thiel is Bruce Wayne, and
it's Peter Thiel as Robin and Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Batman.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm just watching it.
You know, I would go see that just to see how bad it is. Quite frankly,
they're fighting against left-wing protesters.
Yeah. Which, I mean, same plot as this movie.
But there's people chanting like "Free Palestine," and Batman just comes and starts beating the fuck out of them.
well, no, it was you mean Jarampur?
Oh yeah, free Jarampur, and Batman's like, "I must restore order to this world."
Yeah. Here I come. I am the #1 defender of Baravia.
Batman grabs the protester.
Does Baravia have a right to exist? Do you think Baravia has a right to exist?
He grabs and asks, but that's like his question. Does Baravia have a right to exist? A college student with blue hair, like I don't think so. Doesn't have a right to exist. I hate.
He would get like Batman would get a Fox News television show.
Well, they kind of had that. They kind of have that joke in Superman with John Cena though. John Cena has like a Fox News show.
Yeah, and Michael Ian Black was like the shitty
Tucker Carlson. Yeah.
Anyway, Conan's out, I think, fortunately, because of this stupid fucking weather he has to put up with. So I guess, want me to do Letterboxd one-liners?
Yeah. You can do.
So for those who don't know, Letterboxd, this is usually Conan's bit, and I'm going to do injustice. So Letterboxd is a place where film lovers gather with each other to discuss the films that they love, the films they didn't love, the films they really just didn't like the ending as much, obviously, with this film. This is not just for the Siskel's and Eberts of the world. Everyone gets to chime and opine. This is the bottom of democracy. And unfortunately, we don't get enough credit for starting this bit. So here are the Letterboxd one-liners for The Dark Knight Rises. Take it away, Forrest.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Woo!
Okay. What's Cillian Murphy doing all the way up there on that big stack of papers? What a silly guy. Bang, little hammer and whatnot. Boom, boom.
Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down.
Can we just really quickly also just like because of this shot, like the I thought the mask, the domino mask with the cat earpiece was really well done, like as far as like a gadget for her to have. I thought it was cool. It was very interesting.
And
that's all I wanted to say.
And the rest of her works pretty good too.
There you go.
Batfleck never would have let any of this happen, by the way.
I don't. Yeah, but
I don't believe that, considering that would be Zack Snyder's stuff.
But it's I like he's just Batman is a chain smoker. He's just like Ben Affleck, and he's just puffing down on looking like the most stressed out motherfucker you've seen in your entire life. It's an iconic picture of Ben Affleck with the cigarette, looking like more stressed, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's what happens when you get like a Latina girlfriend."
Mm-hmm. Me, when you punch my protruding spine back into place and hang me from the ceiling with a rope, I'm completely fine and mobile after that.
Dude,
that's a banger.
Sometimes, like looking at that, part of me is like, "Yo, I need that though."
You don't want to go out. You don't want to go out like David Carradine, who somewhat ironically died around this time.
But it's just like I don't know. I could definitely use just like a fist just in my back and just like fixing it right up. I don't think that's how that works, but
imagine living in that pit your whole life. Then some emotionally and physically broken, sad billionaire comes along and gets out in under a week. Disgusting.
That's our system, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's I've been in the underground prison for 20 years, and he's like, this guy gets the light sentence just because he can climb the wall of the prison with his and his back doesn't even work.
Yeah.
No, but they keep him in a rope.
I like the
I will say
idea
this is the worst Batman, but I do think 2.5 stars is pretty harsh.
But I like the idea that they're chanting, and what they're actually chanting is fall, 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 fall. And he's like, what are they chanting? And he's like, rise, rise, rise,
Yeah.
rise.
Mm-hmm.
They're chanting 6-7.
Are you willing to carry the flame, Batman?
I enjoyed all 15 seconds of Cillian Murphy screen time. Oh wait, this was written by me. Thanks, Forrest.
Wait,
Conan
that's yours, known as Midu?
Sure, why not?
Known as Midu.
I may be incompetent, but at least I'm not as incompetent as Gotham's police force.
Can you imagine how fucking
burn?
Can you imagine how bad things would get in Gotham City when Angry Birds comes around though?
Oh man.
Oh, that was winning. Wait, yeah, Angry Birds came out like around 20.
They are
It was
not.
before this.
They are not fixing any. Like they're not stopping any supervillains after that. They're just playing Angry.
My God,
Birds.
John McCain got caught playing Angry Birds during a setting here one time.
I was in New York City this weekend, and I realized like the amount of disdain you get when like you ask like, because I was in Port Authority, and I was like, oh, where's the bathroom, like the closest bathroom? So I like stopped and asked these two cops that were gossiping like little girls, and I asked them, and they turned to me with such disdain on their faces, like as if I had like as if this was the conversation that was going to cure cancer, and I interrupted it right before it was going to happen. But I don't know. Gotham's got to be worse than that, I guess, with the cops.
Mm-hmm. Movies used to have Bane in them.
Movies used to have Bane in them.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Just this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of
movies used to be this movie.
Yeah.
And it's just one example. Alfred's life goal is to get Bruce laid, and I'm living for it.
Yeah, but he's so despondent by this movie, and then he leaves for 5 seconds, and Bruce Wayne does get laid.
Yeah.
So maybe Alfred was the cop blocking here.
Yeah. Or maybe his plan worked perfectly. I don't know.
No, that's true. That's it, Bruce. That's it, Mr. Wayne. I'm leaving.
Get it in, Master Wayne.
Alfred, the new Alfred is a like Andrew Tate-esque figure that's trying to get Batman laid. Trying to get Batman to manage OnlyFans.
Oh boy.
But then he becomes a brokey in this one.
Every time in a sporting event, the national anthem plays, I look around and see Bane is walking in.
We didn't talk about this part, but like the little boy singing the national anthem was genuinely creepy. Like it was a genuinely creepy scene.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of the ending of Cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
At least Bane understands ACAB.
All cops are bastards. Get them. I'm the cops now.
Yeah.
So those were the Letterboxd one-liners for The Dark Knight Rises. You can definitely follow Conan Neutron over there for sure, because is he still working on the Criterion Collection?
Yeah, he said last week that he had 9 left.
9 left. Well, we might have at least it's not 9/11 left. Am I right? You can find Forrest over there also on the Letterboxd. Logging in
25 years.
Our stuff and a bunch of other stuff that he watches in between. Usually whenever we do these films, especially for series, he kind of goes back and watches like other films as well that ties into this.
Yeah,
right?
I wish I had the time to watch Batman Returns, like the Tim Burton
ones. Yeah.
One of my favorite things about Batman Returns is that the plot from that movie is directly lifted from an episode of the 1960s Batman show where the Penguin runs for mayor.
Yeah.
Would you vote for Penguin Mom Donnie? He's way more Andrew Cuomo, and he's Hong Kong.
my favorite scene from that movie, from that episode of that episode, I remember it distinctly. Batman and the Penguin are doing like retail politics and whatever, and it's like Batman. Some lady's like pushing a carriage, is like, Batman, will you kiss my baby? And he's like, I don't know, ma'am. Seems not very hygienic.
Batman, will you lick my baby? Will you touch your tongue to my baby's tongue like the Dalai Lama?
Anyway,
all right.
You can follow me as well on Letterboxd.
Yep. You got You got mail. You got Letterboxd.
Yeah, follow them.
Letterboxd was out for a few hours, and people freaked out the other day.
Oh yeah, I've never actually logged into Letterboxd.
Well, the logging in part is all right, but it's the logging part that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But let's hit it with the plug. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and then hit the bell to get notified whenever we're streaming. And we'd humbly request that you watch the video to the end, because it helps us with the algorithm and helps more film fans to discover the show. We're also monetized. If you want to get your chat questions definitely read on stream, you can always send us a super chat, which will help us keep the show going. Every cent helps. If you're watching on Twitch, you can gift us a free sub on Amazon Prime with your Prime membership, but getting subs on Twitch is always appreciated, and it helps to follow us on there as well. We also have an audio feed, which is available wherever you download podcasts, if you prefer to listen to podcasts rather than watch the stream. That's updated usually the same day we stream, but watching on YouTube and Twitch is the best way to get the show first, live as it happens. If you want to support us with a monthly donation and get access to all of our after parties forever, which go patron only after we do them, you can become a patron at patreon.com/movie night extra. Link is in the description for that. It really helps us keep the show going, since we do have some expenses to make this happen. We also have a Discord community. Link is in the description for that. We sometimes watch movies we cover on there. We get into conversations about everything from film to TV shows to related podcasts. We even have a Discord channel for memes. It's really fun on there. You can find us on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, and Threads. You connect with us on all of those. Talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. Lastly, we recently made a TikTok at Movie Night Extra where we're putting up short form clips from the episodes. Okay, passing this to Conan so he can tell you about his music and this week's Protonic Reversal. Conan, who's on Protonic this week? Yeah, Conan has had his weather problems, so he's on tour though. He's about to be on tour. I'm looking for the thing right here. Is it 20? No, this is the old one. Well, yeah, he's about to be on tour. I'm trying to find the tour dates. He has one of these.
Because you're going to be there with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kristina, you want to do your plugs, and then I'll do Conan's. I've got to pull it up.
Yeah, so I've been streaming my ass off on Twitch as usual. I did a Jennifer Check cosplay from Jennifer's Body. Probably gonna be doing that again this weekend. I also did my Kristina's Corner. I am working towards some interviews, maybe with Abdul, a few from, ironically, the Michael movie for some reason. And also Vincent Patterson, Michael Jackson's choreographer. I got to contact him again. Also, Madonna just had a birthday, so I'm going to be asking questions about working with Madonna as well. We did some, election coverage. Forrest and myself. I was also on with the Afternoon Tune to discuss House of the Dragon season 3 because finally we got some action, and I'm keep streaming as always. And we're probably doing Absurdity Space tomorrow, right? If you want to, at least.
Yeah, we'll do Absurdity Space tomorrow. So Conan Neutron on tour, San Francisco on August 26th, Torch Club in Sacramento on August 27th, Siren Song in Eureka on the 28th. Portland, Oregon on the 29th. Also my birthday on the 29th. And on he's got Seattle on August
Ambro, you a Virgo?
I am a Virgo. And then trying to read more because I know that he's going to I know that on there it is. So the 4th to the 5th he's gonna be doing Caterwall West in LA at Permanent Records. I'm gonna be there. I'm flying out. Boy, are my arms tired. And then from there on, he has September 11th. Never forget Detroit, Michigan. Then Milwaukee on the 12th of September. 13th, he's doing Minneapolis. So that's his tour dates. He's on a West Coast tour right now. If you're in any of those cities, you go to neutronfriends.com. And you can see all the tickets there, and you can see West Coast cities. And if I missed any, I don't think I did. But yeah. So follow Conan on all the stuff, and then Platonic. I know he has a whole bunch of episodes he just did, and I'm
had a guy with Parliament Funk as well. Like he's been cranking this episode, so burnt out.
Yeah.
Can
I plug GMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, this week on Good Morning Comrade, you can check us on YouTube, on the anywhere you find podcasts, and also if you're in the New Orleans area, we come on at 10 o'clock on 102.3 WHIV-LP New Orleans. This week we had Francis G. and Michaela B., two folks from the Democratic Socialists of America. We talked about the program of that organization, and it's really good program. You can find all of our stuff on like I said, YouTube is the place that we're trying to push right now. Smash the subscribe button and the bell, just like you did for these guys. And yeah, we have some exciting interviews coming up as well. I know that I want to talk with Lauren Jewett, my friend who's running for Congress in Louisiana, and lots more to come.
Hell yeah. Jeff, do you have some final thoughts on this movie, Dark Knight Rises? And he did indeed rise. He did.
Final thought was that, like I said, it was the weakest of the three. I think it was the least sort of like Batman-y of the three of this particular series. But I enjoyed it. It has like the Bane performance was extremely like every performance in this movie, just about. I can't think of like one that was just like, wow, that was flat. People really went for it in this movie. And that's something that I really do appreciate, despite the fact that like the politics and the message of the film are incoherent, and there was a lot of just like kind of really weird stuff. There was a lot to like in this film.
Yeah, I think the closest maybe that there's like a flat performance. I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I guess, comes to mind.
Yeah, he was the worst
out of every.
He kind of was like in this weird peak, and then he finally fell out.
Yeah, which is when you get involved in politics as an actor. I feel like you never do it in your prime. You don't want to
all about internet censorship and all that bullshit.
I do think it's a hilarious thought what a Joseph Gordon-Levitt led version of a Batman movie is in this universe, where he's just like just really overeager, and he's like, I love orphans. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Christina, final thoughts.
I agree. This is the weaker of the three, though Tom Hardy does a phenomenal Bane. Much
awesome.
That Bane has to be his interpretation of Bane now in animation and other versions of the comics now, it seems, which is interesting because he does end up a lot of the comics now they model his Bane after him, and and of course, another collab that we get to see with Cillian Murphy with a little glorified cameo as always. I appreciate that. And it's like the third collaboration they did with Nolan. And also too, this was the second out of 3 collaborations that Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy did. This is right before Peaky Blinders. So I would agree. This was probably the weakest of the 3. It goes for me, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then Dark Knight Rises, but still worth the watch, considering we got Anne Hathaway.
I think anyone else doing like this version of it this long, like I think it works for Nolan's filming style. Like despite it being like a 2-hour and 40-minute long movie, like I feel like another director, it would get a lot more tedious than it does, because even like the lower tier level Nolan is like it's still shot cool, and like it still has like cool tech ideas, and like even if the politics are kind of incomprehensible, like it's not it's like. It propels forward. There's like a constant motion to all of his stuff.
Yeah, the plot marches on. And again, that's one thing that we didn't talk about enough was the visuals of the film. Just like these shots of the city of Pittsburgh, but like Gotham City, and it just looked incredible. And it was a really well shot movie.
Hell yeah! Well, we're after this. We're taking a couple weeks off. I mean, Conan's on tour. He's going to be streaming her ass off, I'm sure, during that entire time period. And I think everyone's kind of burnt out talking about Batman, the Batman. So we're gonna be back on September 8th. As far as dates go, I'm pretty sure off the top of my head. And we're gonna have some great episodes. I think we're doing Some Like It Hot. We're doing Yeah,
love that movie.
Gentlemen prefer blondes.
Yeah, we have wait, hold on. I'll plug what we have coming up in September. So we have Some Like It Hot, Tampopo, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and The Invite in September. But before that, we're taking off for 2 weeks. Conan's on tour. I'm gonna go chill on tour with Conan when he goes to LA, which I haven't been to LA since my grandpa died when I was a kid. So I think I was like 9 or 10 years old. So
it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I'm going to see it. And so you know, we'll let you guys know on the feeds of when we return. But I always like having the last week of August off. Well, my birthday's the last week of August, but it's always you know, a good, like, I like just chilling out for the last couple weeks and feeling like I'm summering.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for having me on the show. Hopefully, you know, we can be working together on some other stuff going forward, because I really enjoy talking with you folks. I wish, you know, we could have had a better time as far as Conan's connection, but I guess when the power goes out, that goes like that. But you know, I really appreciate you having me.
It's been one of those summers too, with like extreme weather everywhere. It's been pretty.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Going to be because of climate change, could it?
Couldn't be. No way.
But yeah, so we'll be on the Absurdity Space chilling for an hour tomorrow, and any more you know, primaries and stuff, I guess, on this space we'll be covering that.
I think thankfully that's over. Angie Nixon did win. Unfortunately, Oliver Larkin got creamed.
Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing all these like centers be like, yeah. I'm like, why would you celebrate a pro-Trump Democrat winning in an R+9?
I'm sorry. Don't you mean a Hassan Piker Democrat? As Rick Scott said?
Oh yeah, Jared Moskowitz is a Hassan Piker Democrat.
Well, funny. Jared Moskowitz tweeted at Hassan, like, I guess
you win. Why would you do that?
It's probably a staffer that does that kind of stuff, but it's like it doesn't make you look. It makes you look supremely online. Like it makes it not look good. But yeah. So we will be back on September 8th. Today's August 18th. So we got quite a little break there. And so also subscribe to Good Morning Comrade. And Good Morning Comrade is on this space as well. And so you guys can, if you're looking at this space feed, we'll be over there.
We're there. Yeah. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.